Welcome back. Getting a history lesson right now from Larry Maki. It's great to have you back on the show.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's great to be here on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm filling in for Tanya this week, just for 2 days, but I've always enjoyed your segment, so I feel
And
happy.
we did this the last time, too.
Yes.
Tanya was away.
That's right.
Yeah, Tanya was away.
So where do you want to start? We're talking about some Christmas-related things, but also some real anomalies as well.
Yeah, this would be sort of the type of thing that a collector might get, and I'm one of them, that they get these oddities. I brought these two postcards to give you an example of what Santa Claus used to look like before Coca-Cola invented him.
And you know what, that is the truth. When you think about it, that Coca-Cola really did change the look of Santa. So
they
did,
yes.
This is more of a Saint Nick era of Santa
Claus. It is, exactly.
Right?
They're both from around 1911.
Yes.
And they're what that was depicted as Santa Claus in those days, although they didn't call him that. It was mostly St. Nicholas, hey? The European versions, that's where it all started. And so I thought I'd bring those in and show you. They're collectible. People like those old Christmas decorations and Santa stuff, hey?
When did it change over? Like, when did the new sort
That would have been in the
Santa?
40s, I believe. I'll have to double check on that. But it was somewhere around there, Coca-Cola decided to commission somebody to make a Santa, and it never looked back.
And the other thing is, he actually isn't hugely overweight.
No,
back in the day.
no.
He's a little thinner than
In fact, I think in the other one, he's looking for food.
Well, maybe. He's starving out there in the woods. It's terrible. Check that out. Look, he's just absolutely famished. Poor guy. Obviously, Mrs. Claus has really changed that around for him in recent decades. Okay, so that's that.
And I brought this silly little thing. It's just the stuff that I find fascinating. A lot of people out there will remember these.
No bread
When
today.
bread and milk were delivered, the other side is for milk. You could put that in your window. When the bread guy came, you could just see it and he would walk away and not deliver or drop your milk or your bread off.
Need any.
Yeah. So,
no milk today.
Yeah. So that was the that was the deal in the 40s and 50s and before.
Very different.
This is a little bill from the Confederate States, and it's Stonewall Jackson, and it's $500. Now you have to be careful with stuff like this because they've reprinted a lot of it, and most of it is totally phony. You can buy, I think, 10 of these for $1 on eBay, but they're reprints and they're not. This one is a real one.
Right.
It's a little rough, but it went through a war.
That's really cool. That's really neat.
So it's an interesting little piece, and that kind of thing I get for Christmas, you know, as a
This is a random question. You probably don't know the answer, and that's totally fine. But I wonder at what point you can take in old money to the bank and they will exchange it for the new version of it. For example, if you took this in, would you actually... They would not.
No, but collectors would want that. But going back to our own money, you can go back as far as you want in our money, and the bank, if you walked in there, the people at the bank would take it because it's legal. But they would just go... because they're so collectible. We've got ones with Queen Elizabeth when she was a princess on some of the, I believe, $2 bills, or $5, was it $2? Or anyway, there's some real rare bills out there that are Canadian bills. Yes, the bank would take them gladly.
But you wouldn't do that because you couldn't make money on them.
No, you would never think of doing that.
Okay, I've caught up to you now. All right, so I think we have time for one more.
Okay, this is a little game that was played in the bars, and you could buy these. They weren't really legal, but people, how are they going to police everything? And there are little slips of paper in there with horses pictured on them and a little track. Now you took, you ripped one of those sheets out and you stuck the end of a lighted cigarette on the star.
On this star right there.
And those horses would actually run down the track. It was for betting on.
And they would run.
And they would run, and now you would bet that, and the sheet was gone because it burned. So you had to go to another sheet. There's a whole book of sheets. Yeah, and people would bet on those. And
was this legal?
It really wasn't legal. They had punch boards as well where you could punch numbers out, and if a number came out with a 0 on it, you would win so much money. And, but there weren't very many of them, so it was totally gambling.
Yes, there's been gambling going on for so long.
Forever.
And this is just a newer version. But how cool is that? Did you pick that up in Kamloops somewhere?
I did.
Very neat. Yeah. Awesome. We're already out of time. Disappointing. Anything you want to mention? Or?
Well, Well, I want to wish everybody a beautiful season and a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We'll see you before the New Year, I'm sure. But, and if anyone out there, I mentioned this the last time I was on there, if you don't want your stuff, get a hold of me. I'll buy it from you. I would love to. I'm always looking for stuff.
Something new and something different.
It'd be fun to have.
Awesome. Larry, thank you for being here.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Yeah, not only that, if you've got something hanging around the house, perhaps you inherited a very interesting object or piece of furniture or a clock, you don't know what it's about.
Sure.
Larry's your guy. He can hook you up with the information.
I will.
That's right. Information on the screen. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.